guard for the USF men's basketball team, and a fellow Long Islander like myself, the one and only Jayden Reid. Jay, what's going on, man? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Jay and Jay here, Westbury and Central Islip here together again, representing Long Island. I don't know if you remember this, but last year my mom and dad were in town from Long Island, and during shoot around, he just like yelled at you like Long Island, and you turned around and you dapped him up, and my dad thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, I
Because
definitely
he
remember that
Nice. Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
great, man. Thank you. Because actually they're coming down this weekend too.
Mm.
But they've lived in Central Islip for man,
Are
60
they're
years
gonna be
now.
at the Wichita game this weekend?
Yeah, we're hitting everything, man. We're doing
Okay.
we're doing the whole thing, man. They
Yes, sir.
love USF, so
Yes, sir.
we're gonna continue to support you guys. And yeah, man, I'm just so happy and so proud of you as a fellow Long Islander, but just to see your growth through a year plus with USF. Um, and this year, it seems like your role's changed a little bit. What has
Mm.
changed? I mean, it just seems like you're being more aggressive. You're like, hey, I'm taking these threes, I'm taking these shots, especially when there's like a little bit of lull in the action and your team
Okay.
needs offense. What has changed about your role, just specifically in the offense this year?
Oh yeah, last year obviously come in as a freshman. We had way more older guys, more established guys that have been in college for a couple years. Obviously, Chris, Selton, and KP to name a few. So my role last year was more just like getting those guys the ball. Being a freshman, you have to earn your keep on the court. So for me, it was just not making too many mistakes out there, just running the offense how Coach Amir wanted it, getting those guys the ball. But this year, I feel like as a sophomore now, with those guys that left, I feel like my role has changed a little bit because only not the fact that I have to score more, but I just have to be more aggressive. Last year, I didn't have to be as aggressive in terms of looking to score, but this year, I have to be more aggressive in terms of getting downhill, getting paint touches, whether that's creating a shot for me or creating a shot for other guys like Kaysen, Kobe, Jimmy, like Brandon, those type of guys. So I feel like just being more aggressive as a downhill paint, getting paint touches, and then open up the game for my teammates and myself.
Yeah, you can tell. Like it's not it's something that it doesn't show up. I forgot what game. I think it was in one of the games. Unfortunately, you guys lost. I think it was a game against UAB,
Mm,
and UAB was just they played as well as you guys have had two games this year against UAB and FAU. Were like you guys didn't. I didn't think played that bad, but that team
yeah.
just whatever they were throwing up there was going in. But that game
Mm,
against UAB where it could have went sideways there, and you just kept bringing the team back and bringing the team back. It's just great to see your growth as a player on the court.
mm.
Off the court, what has that been like this year? Losing those three guys and knowing that, like, hey, off the court, even during practice, like, how has your role changed and evolved in that way
Yeah,
too?
yeah. Just being a leader. That's something Coach Amir was on me about ever since I stepped on campus last year. Just being vocal, being a leader, being someone that the guys on the team look up to. Obviously, I'm still a sophomore, still pretty young compared to a couple guys on the team. But this year, as me being a returner guy from last year's team that won the championship, just showing that leadership, being an everyday guy, being vocal in practice. To be an extension of Coach Fletch, because obviously Coach Fletch has never been in this position of being a head coach. So just relaying his messages to the rest of the guys on the team on the court while he's on the sideline during the game, and in practice, just working the hardest, being the first guy in the gym. Just keeping that standard that Coach Amir created.
Yeah, and it was great to see all of you guys the other night at the sneaker soiree, and I saw
Mm.
Ben Fletch, and I got to meet Coach Amir's wife Ari, and that was your first sneaker soiree, right?
Yeah, first sneaker
Would
store. It was
would
a
you?
great experience,
It was
man.
fire, right? I
Definitely would
love.
want to go back. It was big time. Got to meet a couple big time people. I was actually able to go to the hockey game last night, the Lightning game. I met
Nice.
Coach Coop at the sneakers soiree, and I was able to connect with him. And I got to a hockey game, so that was my first hockey game.
Oh, that's so cool, man. I wish I would have known that. I was there last night too. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Hey, listen, man, that's Team Tampa Bay for you. And I've been there
Mm.
sneaker soiree probably 7 or 8 times running now.
Yeah.
And it really is such a great celebration of our area. And you see how everybody comes together and
Hmm.
all the different teams and the organizations. Like
Right.
it's no joke. Like when people say Team Tampa Bay, it's not
Yeah.
some hokey thing like, oh yeah, we're just
It's
saying
really
like
a family for
it
sure.
is, man. It's no
Yeah.
joke. Like it's not corny, and people may look at it from the outside and not really get it, but
Yeah.
it's legit. Like that's something that is you'll see teams and players and coaches at all different games supporting all the different colleges. It's
Yeah.
really, really cool. I know tomorrow night is going to be a very emotional night, and me as a guy I'll be 40 in a couple of months. I knew Coach Amir for 1 year, and it's still incredible to realize the impact that he had for just one season here.
Yeah.
What is your thought process going into tomorrow night, knowing that it's going to be very emotional? Everybody at the YC is going to be honoring such a great man.
For me, obviously it's gonna be emotional, but for me, it's a sad time. It's a tragic thing that happened, but I just take from it all the good things that Coach Amir taught me, all the good things that Coach Amir brought not only to our basketball team, not only to USF, but the whole city of Tampa. So I'm just glad that everybody's going to be there, be able to support us at the game, but not only support us, support Coach Amir's legacy, support Coach Amir's family that's going to be there, and just honor him. He left a great legacy here at USF in only 1 year, and I'm sure that if he was still here, the legacy would have just kept growing and growing. So, just having everybody here in the YC, how Coach Amir would say, pack the YC, everybody be at the YC. So, just showing that love to Coach Amir because he deserves it.
It's when I watched how he coached you last year, he was hard on you because he expected great things from you and big things from you. And when I just asked you about the growth and the evolution of your game, you can see Coach Amir through you. And I don't know if everybody can, like, if you saw it last year and you saw it this year, and I've always kept an eye on you because you're my Long Island guy, right?
Yeah.
But just to watch him coach you up, and he didn't let you slide. Like, if you made a mistake or you weren't confident or you weren't being aggressive, like, he was getting on you. And now this year, it seems like he's still finding a way to coach you. Does that sound right?
No, yeah, that's 100% true. Like, as soon as I step in the building, I just constantly hear Coach Amir in my head, just telling me things. He was on me every day, no matter every single practice, through every workout, to even my off the court habits. Just being early, being out in the community, talking, vouching for myself. Being a people's guy. Coach Amir wasn't scared to go to the library and sell donuts to fans or supporters. Coach Amir was just like everyone else. He was everywhere. And, Coach Amir he taught me a lot of things in 1 year. And I just try to carry those things, like, in the game. He would tell me, like, I would miss a shot last year and I would kind of get down on myself or maybe not shoot the next one, hesitate on the next one. And he's like, shoot the ball, man. Shoot the ball, man. He would always be on me, Kobe, like, to just get out of our heads, stay confident. For me last year, he was on me about my leadership. Of course, I was the point guard. I was a freshman last year, and I didn't really say too much. We had guys like Chris. Chris was our leader last year, and I kind of was on the side, just learning everything as a freshman. But he didn't want me to be a freshman and learn. Last year, he always would tell me, he said, you got to grow up. You got to grow up quicker. If our team's going to reach our full potential, you got to grow up quicker. So, just hearing that in practice, be an everyday guy, JR. Be an everyday guy. Like, no matter what the drill is, because I'm a competitor. So the funny thing is, we would play 5-on-5, and you will see me going 110%. And then we'll come and maybe do like a passing drill, and I might, I'm not BSing it, but you know how
take
how
the foot off the gas a little bit.
So, yeah. So Coach Amir would just be on me every drill, like, keep the same intensity. Is going to take you to another level. So this year, I've just been focusing on, no matter what the drill is, whatever we're doing in practice, just giving that 110% effort. And I feel like it's helped me this year. As everyone can see, I feel like I've been playing much better.
What you guys have been able to persevere through and to be able to battle and listen, man, you have to grow up, and you just said it. You got to grow up fast, man. What you guys have had to deal with, I can't imagine what you guys have gone through and the whirlwind of emotions. This is stuff that may not happen until you're in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s. And you guys are experiencing this as young men. And I think you guys are very, very fortunate to have a guy like Ben Fletcher there. He's just such a fantastic man. All the other assistant coaches, Mike Kelly, Lee Butler, the entire crew, Chad, the SID there, like everybody together. Just talk about how through, Amir not being here with us anymore, just how you guys have been able to kind of just take it day by day and to just kind of put your best foot forward and, operate in a way that is going to honor him.
Yeah, like Coach Amir said at the end of the year when he got the Coach of the Year award, and he said, I'm going to take it off and I'm going to replace it with Staff of the Year. And I feel like it has translated into this year because, obviously without Coach Amir, it's been tough, but I feel like we have probably one of the best staffs in the country, and we're able to just, try to keep that culture. Obviously, our record doesn't show for it right now, but just what we went through, just keeping the team together, keeping us just stacking days, taking it one day at a time. The whole team, it's a team effort. Coach Fletch told us when we heard the news of Coach Amir's passing that it was going to take everybody to get through this year. Some guys are going to have some bad days when we're it's a hard grieving process. And we're still playing through it. Nobody expected it to be like this. We didn't expect it. Coach Fletch didn't expect to get thrown into that position. Even the administration didn't expect coming into this year that Coach Amir was not going to be our head coach. So it's been a difficult change for us. But just having a good supporting staff to be able to rely on and keep everybody's head on straight and keep everybody together. In a positive mood, not having guys falling off, getting into bad. When people go through a grieving process, some people turn to different mechanisms to cope with it. Just we have a good staff that's been able to help us, grieve the right way or have people to lean on, have people to talk to. We have Dr. Lee over in our athletics to talk to as well. So just having a complete staff to just know that somebody's always going to be there for us.
That's amazing. And you're right, man, because you're not always going to have great days. You're not always going to have days where you're like, it's tough, man. It's never a forward process. It's going to hit you, when you least expect it. I mean, the other night at the sneaker soiree, I saw you guys there, which was great. And then I see the Abdur-Rahim family and I'm leaking on my face. I'm like, God dang, man. Like you just never know. And I got the picture right here of Coach Amir. That doesn't ever come down. That stays right here in my man cave. But yeah, man, I truly believe that the adversity that you guys have gone through is going to help you the longer the season goes, because there's nothing that you guys are going to face on the basketball court that is going to it's not going to compare to what you guys had to deal with what happened with Coach Amir. Not just that it happened, but when it happened, because everything had to be like, all right, well, we got to get ready for the season. It's going to be here real quick. I want to ask you some fun stuff before I let you go. Who are you listening to? What music you listen to before the game? Who gets you hyped up? Are you one of those guys that, big pump up music? Are you guys quiet? Are you a quiet music guy to kind of get laser focused? Where are you at? Who's on the playlist?
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of different type of music, and it's a game by game thing for me. However, I'm feeling that day. If I'm kind of like in a sleepy mood or whatever, I might play some, some hype upbeat music. I listen to a lot of, I don't know if you know Gunna, Huncho. Rappers like that to get me, out of a slump, maybe wake my energy up a little bit. But then some days I listen to gospel music out on the court during my warm-ups to just, calm down, just, think about everything. I'm just grateful for the position that I am. I'm grateful to be able to play at the highest level, play here in Tampa at USF. So, that gospel music keeps me grounded, and just I'm thankful for, just being on the court.
Yeah, remember, man, I'm from CI, man. So I was listening to Biggie and Jadakiss and Big L. That was who I was listening to before the game. We was getting it right.
Yes, sir.
If somebody leaves something on the bus, who is it? Who if somebody on your team leaves something on the bus, who is it?
Man, I would say Corey. Corey. Oh, Jimmy Williams for sure.
There's always that one guy. Who's got the best swag, most style on your team? Who's got the drip?
I would say me, but besides me, my guy Nick Smith. Nick Smith, everywhere he goes, it don't matter. It could be 10 p.m. and we're making a quick 7-Eleven run. He's gonna put on the best fit out of anybody in the whole Tampa. So Nick Smith for sure.
If you get, let's say you're driving, your car breaks down at 2:00 in the morning, who's that one teammate you call that is going to pick up and is going to come pick you up?
Brandon Stroud. Brandon
Stroud.
Stroud. Brandon Stroud is up till 5 a.m. for some reason a lot of times. And Brandon Stroud is he's reliable. You know, he's always going to be there for you no matter what it is. You could be 2 hours away and you call him B5. I need you to come get me. He's like, all right, I'm on the way. So I would say Brandon for sure.
And then last one.
Or
Which
Kaysen
one?
too.
Kaysen, yeah.
Yeah.
Who is that one teammate that has the best talent? Because I've had guys, you know, when I grew up with that, like they could rap or they could sing, they could dance, they can draw. Like, who's got that one talent? Like, who's got that one talent outside of basketball that you're like, damn, that dude is talented?
A lot of people don't know, but Jamil Reynolds can rap. He actually
Really?
he has a couple of songs in the vault. Obviously he hasn't released it, but Jamil can rap. Kaysen Jennings can rap too a little bit.
Nice.
I'm not too sure about. We don't have too many dancers on the team besides me. Me and Kaysen dance. But yeah, Jamil and Kaysen can rap for sure.
Does Jamil have a rap name?
I don't think so.
We're just gonna straight Jamil. I like that. It's one name. I like that.
I don't think so. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. Well, Jayden, again, man, thank you so much for your time. Again, I'm always looking out for you, my fellow Long Island brother. I said it before, I'll say it again. I can see Coach Amir's light through you, young man. So please continue spreading that and shining and sharing that with other people, because the values that man was able to give you and your teammates and all of us, you know, me, he was 3 years older than me, but the things that he imparted on me are a lot of the things that my dad and my grandfather taught me, right? Shaking people's hands, look at them in their eye, total respect, you know, treat people the way you want to be treated. So I'm with you. And I'm so glad that you have the disposition and the mindset that you have of, it is tough. Days are tough, but you have such a positive outlook on the whole situation. And I try to do the same thing when it comes to Amir. Like, I'm just glad that we had him in our lives. You know, our lives are better and more enriched because he was here. It sucks that he's not here. We feel for his family. But man, we just got to take the positive out of all of it. Thank you so much for your time. Good luck tomorrow night. Everybody go to the YC, pack the YC, go USFBulls.com. Go get those tickets. Go Bulls all day, every day. JR, appreciate you, man. I'll see you tomorrow at the Yingling Center. You got it, buddy. Peace out.